In 2001, the term BRIC was coined to represent four emerging economies: Brazil, Russia, India, and China, that together made up 8% of the world's GDP. Fast forward to 2023, and BRICS, now including South Africa, accounts for a staggering 32.1% of global GDP, surpassing the G7's 30% for the first time. With the group representing nearly 42% of the world's population, its influence is undeniable. Now, BRICS is undergoing its most ambitious expansion yet, welcoming 9 new partner states and transforming into BRICS Plus. But what does this mean for the global order? Are we witnessing the rise of a new superpower alliance, or is this the beginning of a fragmented world? Before we continue, please consider subscribing to the channel, as it really helps a small channel like ours go a long way. Did you know what brought these 5 countries together in the first place? Their common dissatisfaction towards institutions such as the World Bank or the IMF that were operated and controlled by the West. These countries hated the idea of being governed by a select few, so they wanted to engineer a system that displayed the ongoing shift in how power was distributed worldwide. For many years, BRICS tried to enhance the bonds that existed among its founding members. This implied that they had to set common objectives, increase commerce, and establish systems for effective collaboration. But it wasn't only about the economy, it was also about power. The founding participants aimed to forge a reputation as serious players at international forums such as the UN and G20. Jump forward to 2024, and that's where the change begins. The 16th BRICS Summit in Kazan, Russia, marked a bold shift in strategy. The group recognized that the world was no longer unipolar, dominated by the US, or even bipolar, with the US and China in a Cold War-esque rivalry. Instead, we're moving into a multipolar world where regions and alliances wield significant influence. BRICS decided it was time to expand, but with a twist. With membership expansion being a complicated affair, BRICS did not invite any new members as new, full-fledged participants from the beginning. The reasoning was that it allows an unnecessary change that upsets delicate equilibrium within the group, it slows down decision-making, and worst of all, it diffuses the original ideals and vision. BRICS went for a more clever and realistic model of partnership. In January 2025, the BRICS organization is expected to have 9 new countries, namely Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Thailand, Uganda, and Uzbekistan. What's the difference? The partner states work on joint activities and initiatives and projects, but do not become full members. This can be conceptualized as the creation of BRICS Plus. These nations will come closer to the aims of the bloc and reach an understanding of how they would want the bloc to look while not losing their individual identity. More importantly, this model enables BRICS to increase its areas of coverage without sacrificing effectiveness. Let's talk numbers because they're jaw-dropping. As of 2024, BRICS Plus accounts for nearly 37.3% of global GDP, leaving the G7 in the dust with just 30%. And when it comes to population, BRICS Plus represents almost half of the world's people. Of course, it is not only about size. These countries now account for 2/5 of global trade in goods, making them an undeniable force in international commerce. The original members of BRICS are no ordinary players. Each country in this alliance brings its own unique strength, making the group a formidable force on the global stage. Take Brazil, for example. It's the agricultural powerhouse of the bloc, leading the world in exports of soybeans, sugar, and iron ore. Its role in global food security isn't just important, it's critical. Then there's Russia, whose strength lies in its vast energy resources. As one of the top suppliers of oil and natural gas, Russia wields significant influence in global energy markets, especially in Europe and Asia. India, on the other hand, is the bloc's tech and pharmaceutical hub. With a massive consumer base and one of the fastest growing economies globally, it's a key player in shaping the future of innovation and commerce. No discussion about BRICS is complete without mentioning China, the world's manufacturing giant. From electronics to machinery, China's exports dominate global supply chains, cementing its position as a trade superpower. Finally, there's South Africa, the gateway to the African continent. With its rich mineral resources and growing industrial base, South Africa connects BRICS to one of the most dynamic regions in the world. Now, as the group welcomes new partner states, this already powerful lineup is about to get even stronger. BRICS Plus isn't just expanding for the sake of it, it's building a team where every new member adds unique value. Indonesia, Southeast Asia's largest economy, is a prime example. A G20 member with abundant natural resources, Indonesia is a key player in global energy and commodity markets. Kazakhstan, strategically located at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, is another star addition. Known for its resource wealth and pivotal role in China's Belt and Road Initiative, Kazakhstan is a powerhouse in its own right. Bolivia, with its massive lithium reserves, is making waves in the global shift to renewable energy and electric vehicles, a resource the world will need more than ever. Africa isn't left behind in this expansion. Uganda, with newly discovered oil reserves and a thriving agricultural sector, is emerging as a regional leader in East Africa. And then there's Uzbekistan, a Central Asian nation undergoing rapid economic reforms. Its growing infrastructure and energy collaborations make it a valuable addition to the BRICS network. BRICS Plus's expansion is more than just a headline. It's a shift in global power dynamics. One of the biggest impacts? It challenges the dominance of the G7. By positioning itself as a more inclusive and multipolar alternative, BRICS Plus is offering emerging economies a seat at the table, something the G7 has long been criticized for neglecting. Energy markets are also feeling the heat. With major oil producers like Saudi Arabia and Iran already in the bloc, and now newcomers like Kazakhstan and Bolivia contributing to energy diversity, BRICS Plus is reshaping the energy landscape. This isn't just about supply and demand. It's about control and influence over the world's most critical resources. Finally, the regional diversity of BRICS Plus is creating a global network that spans continents. With members from South America, Africa, Asia, and the Middle East, the bloc is becoming a true representation of the global South. It's no wonder the US and its allies are paying close attention. BRICS's growth isn't just an economic story, it's a bold move toward a new world order where emerging economies have a stronger voice and greater influence. This is more than just an expansion of BRICS member countries. This is building a base for the future. BRICS Plus is leading the charge toward a multipolar world where no single country or bloc holds all the power. How is this likely to impact the United Nations? Some observers do feel that BRICS Plus may develop to be worthy alternatives of the UN in dealing with world governance. The upcoming years will be paramount. Since BRICS Plus is expanding in membership, its decisions are bound to affect global trade, energy, and diplomacy. Now you may be asking, why should I care about BRICS and its expansion? The reality is, these are changes in the structure of global power that affects everyone. Whether it is the goods you purchase or the fuels you use, all are affected by the policies of the political blocs, including BRICS Plus. So what do you think about this? Let us know in the comments section below, and make sure to like the video. Thanks for watching.